What's up, everybody? Sean Taylor here again. Yo, dang, I need to shave, don't I? Goodness gracious. I mean, I did earn every single one of these gray hairs, but I do need to shave. Yo, so I've been having these conversations a lot with a lot of young men lately, and I'm a little bit concerned because I think I'm becoming sexist towards men. I mean, let me explain. So you got these dudes who truly believe that somehow the world owes them something, even though they never tried to earn it. Especially when it comes to like members of the opposite sex. You know, you got all these guys like the Andrew Tates out there and the Jordan Petersons and all these other people, Rogan, all these people who these young men are just glomming onto because of the type of masculinity they present. They look at this masculinity as somehow, whether it's through forced dominance or subtle dominance, like a Jordan Peterson, that somehow masculinity is an automatic yes in any and all situations. And I meet these young men from teenagers to their mid 20s, early 30s, who truly believe that somehow they can embody a masculine mythology based in dominance and still get what they want and not be injured. Because the crazy thing about masculinity, I don't believe in toxic masculinity. I believe that there are toxic people who use masculinity in a toxic way or live masculinity in a toxic way. I, for not a second, do I believe that masculinity is in any way inherently toxic. You know, but then that begs the question, what the hell is masculinity anyway? So I'm just going to go based on the assumption that we all have an idea of what we think masculinity is, and you may be in alignment with me, and you may not be in alignment. So how I feel about masculinity is that me in this body, I am afforded certain privileges, I have certain strengths, physical and otherwise, and I get certain passes because I'm a man. However, that is counteracted by when race and masculinity intersect, right? For all the male privileges I get a lot of deficits for being a black male. But then I get more for having, you know, a bunch of DNA strands of degrees after my name, right? So this is a weird thing about how my masculinity plays out, my performativity. However, I have never once in my life thought just because I was a dude, I was owed something. You got these guys complaining about, I can't get a women. These women owe me something. They don't owe you shit, bruh. What they are owed is your attempt to interact with them, to connect with them in a holistic way, in a way that honors the both of you. I mean, I'm old fashioned, I guess, because I truly believe that dudes should be out courting women. You shouldn't be walking to a room. I can get what she wants to give or not. It's owed to me. She owes me. I'm deserving. What you're deserving is a reality check, bruh. My guy, the reality is women owe you nothing. Not a smile, not a date. They owe you nothing. And for you to go out of your mind, commit violence, think violence thoughts, I didn't like her anyway. If she rejects you, you just super soft like that. And I can't handle a soft dude. And that's where my internalized anti-maleness goes, I think. Because these dudes, oh my Lord, it's so frustrating to talk to a man and hear how he talks about women. And granted, I have my sexist qualities. I know that I do. But I also know being a girl dad has really forced me, even more than being married to a woman, being a father of a girl has forced me to really see how crazy this whole misogyny is, how there's a misogyny empire, complex, like from retail to television, through magazines. I mean, I remember going to buy Halloween costume for my kid. And the boys' side was like superheroes and, you know, construction workers. And the girls' side was domestic helpers or even little kids' sexy costumes. And if that's what you choose to do with your body, go ahead, boo-boo. Do what you want to do with your own body. However, being able to, having seen that they're so diametrically opposed at Spirit Halloween store, Side note, Spirit Halloween store is like the front for the CIA or something because they just spring up, get your money and leave. Maybe it's organized crime. I don't know. End of segue. But seeing that, it's ridiculous. And also seeing like a girl's onesie that says, I hate my thighs. Really? That's the joke we're doing? People will look at me like, you're making too much out of that. That's why progressives suck and you libtards and but bro, why do you hate women so much? Why do you think it's okay for a young kid, for you, who doesn't even have a say in what they wear, to be wearing a onesie that says, I hate my thighs? Why is that okay? Why is it okay for your girl not to dress up as a construction worker, but a maid or some type of servant? Men's fantasies about women permeate all of the culture and pop culture. What we can do to resist that is to stop believing that women owe us stuff. Stop believing that somehow our gender confers automatic yeses. And just take who we are and share who we are in an authentic way. I know a lot of you dudes are scared of being vulnerable because you've been hurt and you've done nothing to address the hurt. You just stayed there in the hurt and stewed. You didn't go to therapy. You didn't talk to your friends. And for example, if you don't have friends that you can talk to about this, to work this stuff out, they are not your friends and you need to bend them, put them in the garbage, do whatever you have to do, get rid of them. Because if you don't have a group of friends that you can be vulnerable with and talk about how crazy it is and navigate 21st century masculinity, those people are not worth your time at all. I can show my work if you want to debate. So to sum all this up, I'm just dropping this because I had a really disturbing conversation today. We have these involuntary celibate, which is not a real, people want to make money off this. That's like bullying, right? People made a whole bunch of money off anti-bullying initiatives that none of them worked. It's like how almost every single piece of educational software is built by people who don't talk to students. And now outside students are frustrated by it. Same thing with this involuntary celibate. Like, you are trying to monetize men's pain by allowing them to stay in their pain. Or you're trying to get your name off your research, your dissertation, your research grants. I want to study incels. How about this? They have no game. Teach them how to see themselves as deserving of love, not owed it. Teach these young men how to see themselves in community, in cooperation, not in hyper competition. Teach these young men and boys to see themselves as generative beings, not consumption beings. I just wrote your entire dissertation for you. Like I said, I'm trying not to fall into the all men suck thing because they don't. I love my brothers. I do. To my core, I love my brothers. But some of y'all need to get your heads out of your asses and stop thinking the world owes you something. The world owes you nothing. Women owe you nothing. Be worthy. Develop a code. Do something in this world where people can go, I want to know who that guy is. I want to talk to that guy. That's the guy I believe I can have a great relationship with. And stop looking at women as only sexual beings. You have to have friends. Maybe you have a woman who becomes your best friend. And that's okay. You don't have to sit there and listen to comedians like Chris Rock talking about a male friend is a dick in a glass case ready to break in case of emergency. That's not the case all the time. And it is the case sometimes, let me tell you, but it's not the case all the time. I'm rambling because I'm frustrated, but like I said, this channel is going to be used but I'm going to use it as a journal to talk about me navigating 21st century masculinity and fatherhood. However, I also want to hear what you have to say. Comment below. You can reach me at say.it@imadadwtf.com. say.it@imadadwtf.com. Visit the site. Things go up every couple of weeks. It's something I'm doing just as an experiment, hopefully to grow this channel. And also, I'm misspelling and fumbling all over my words today. Also, I really, truly want to start having these real conversations, even if these conversations are uncomfortable. So if you take anything away today from my little whatever I'm having, it's not a rant, it's a real conversation, but if you take anything away today, is this: be better, do better. If you want female attention, attention from women, attention from girls, be the type of man that is worthy of it. You are not owed a damn thing in this world except for the invitation to participate in it. Peace, fellas. See you in a couple of weeks.